guys, MultiClassicGamer here. Welcome back to more Battle for Bikini Bottom on Xbox. In the last episode, well, we started exploring Jellyfish Fields, talked a lot about the game's developer and whatnot, and yeah, I ended off the episode at a pretty bad place. I ended it right before our first big fight. Music is awesome. Anyways, so we got these three Duplicatrons. They're going to shoot basically two hammers and two fodders on us. So we're going to destroy each one by one, and also make sure to hit these buttons too along the way. That's basically all there is to it. It's very simple first big fight, but it's still pretty awesome that they at least put one of them in Jellyfish Fields and didn't make you wait until, you know, downtown Bikini Bottom. But downtown Bikini Bottom has a pretty awesome one. It's also very, very important for reasons we'll get into once we get there. Next one you go to, this one takes a single jump to get to, and the third one takes like a double jump to reach for whatever reason, but that's just how it is. So like I was saying in the last episode, yeah, when this game first came out, it got very average reviews from critics for whatever reason. And even then, like sometimes when I see YouTubers reviewing this game, they also say it's pretty average, but the general consensus is that this game is awesome. You know, it's one of the best, if not the best SpongeBob game that ever came out. You know, the fact that it's getting an HD remaster kind of means something, you know? And not only that, but also, over time it gained a cult following despite the average reviews from critics, so this is one of those areas where I don't really agree with the critics. And you can't always agree with critics in general, because sometimes they just have no idea what they're talking about. And again, I kind of just take it with a grain of salt, because for most part, oftentimes it can mostly be just their opinion.
Hey, SpongeBob.
Hey, Patrick, I got 10 socks for you. You want them? Or, oh, I can't bring up the stats right now. But yeah, you guys saw I have 10 socks in the last episode.
Woo! Thank goodness you're safe, Patrick.
Well, of course, SpongeBob. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, the robots and...
Oh yeah, I found this for you. I don't know what it is, but it looks important.
Thanks, Patrick. I tell you what, all that running around has left me pooped. Why don't you continue on for a bit?
Okay.
And just like that, we're now playing as Patrick, and we get our first golden spatula as Patrick. And yeah, this one does not count for the 10 socks you have. Patrick has them now, but for whatever reason, we still don't get that golden spatula. You cannot get it until you turn the socks into Patrick at Bikini Bottom. This is a throw fruit. Patrick can pick up throw fruit and throw it. Throw fruit will push buttons, destroy tikis, or damage robots, but use it quickly because throw fruit wilts after a few seconds. I believe it lasts about like 10-15 seconds or so. So whatever you do with the throw fruit, you gotta do it quickly. You can also pick up tikis as well, is what it tells you right here. So very, very handy stuff that you're gonna have to get used to, and pretty much you have this entire area of Jellyfish Fields to do so. And also, this is a bus stop where you can switch characters. Patrick can throw fruit up steps, and then yeah, you can throw it up. You can throw it up steps if you need to reach stuff that's further away. So that's basically all there is to know about the throw fruit for now, at least. Well, there's other stuff we'll learn later on, but yeah, basically this entire area of Jellyfish Fields is dedicated to learning Patrick's mechanics, basically. And this is the Jellyfish Caves, by the way. As you can see, we're actually approaching the caves right now. Because of that, I forgot what I was going to talk about. I was talking about how the game got average reviews and whatnot. Okay, this is Patrick's Tar. You stand on the starfish side, and then you throw from the target, and there you go. It takes you to another area. There's actually a lot of Patrick's stuff that I didn't know, that I always forget. Slender Tiki, when Patrick touches it, it'll begin to storm, and after a few seconds, it will go boom! Look at everyone goes boom. So yeah, they're pretty dangerous, these Thunder Tikis, but they're also handy for other stuff, like stuff that, again, we'll be later on. I seriously forgot what I was going to talk about.
Hey, you barnacle head! Watch where you're going!
The rock is talking to me. Almighty Rock, I am at your command!
Down here, you big Pink Lummox!
Oh, hi there, Mr. Plankton. Are you going to vaporize me today?
So very tempting. Unfortunately, I found myself in the undesirable position of having to assist you.
I was in an undesirable position yesterday, and now my neck hurts.
Heed my words, my large future minion. Go into Jellyfish Cave. Follow the instructions on the signs that you see. At the end of the caves, you'll still be a big pink idiot, but you'll know enough to help defeat the robots and get me back into the chum bucket.
Well, then will you vaporize me?
I might spare your life so I can force you to work in my sweatshop, making low-quality design and knockoff wallets.
Oh, thank you.
Well, good for you, Patrick. And of course, a random call from. Okay. So yeah, Patrick has a instead of the bubble bounce, he has just a normal belly flop move, basically. It's just as effective, essentially. Although, well, actually, no, it's more effective than the bubble bounce, as we'll learn later on. But yeah, speaking of phone calls, has anyone else been getting like these random spam emails from some random? I'm pretty sure it's not actually YouTube, but basically I've been getting these spam emails saying that, you know, like it disguised itself as an email from YouTube and says, we've been receiving complaints that your YouTube channel is like full of spam videos, and we're gonna delete your channel 24 hours if you don't like delete your videos. And it gives like a link to supposedly log in. But I get these emails over and over and over and over again, and I'm pretty sure that if I actually click that link, it's actually going to hack my account. Like, I'm almost 90% sure of that, because I've been getting these emails, like, for months now, and my YouTube account is still around. So, I'm pretty sure it's not actually from YouTube, and I don't know why I keep on getting them and why I can't make them go away, but it's so annoying. I just want to know if, like, anyone else out there is getting these emails as well. Because, yeah, if you're getting, like, an email saying that your YouTube videos are going to be deleted for like your videos are spam, just don't follow any links to log in your account. Just go straight to YouTube and log into your account normally, like you know, because that's how it should be. So, anyways, I was just wondering. But anyways, other than that, when I first played this game, for the first time, I remember, like, I mostly just compared it to Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, and because of that, I was excited that you could actually go inside Patrick and Squidward's houses. Like, that was honestly the biggest, like, thing I was excited about as a kid when I first played this game. This is a pressure plate once again. I think we've seen this before, actually. So here, as you can see, we have a new mechanic with Patrick where you have to stack tikis, actually, or stack throw fruits in order to get to higher places. You won't do this very often, but sometimes you will. It's very helpful to know this. So we're gonna get to use this actually twice to get up to the next area, Jellyfish Caves right here. And also, look behind you right here. There's a sock.
Hey, this is mine.
This one's easy to miss. Yeah, he says, "Hey, it's mine," but again, he's not gonna take it until he actually turn him into him as SpongeBob in Bikini Bottom. And actually, I just remember what else I was gonna talk about when we first started playing as Patrick. This is actually the first SpongeBob game, aside from Operation Krabby Patty, where you actually get to play as other characters besides SpongeBob. I played like every SpongeBob game in the marathon up to this point, and this is the first game besides Operation Krabby Patty where I actually got to play as different characters. But I hardly count Operation Krabby Patty because it's not really much of an adventure game, it's just a minigame collection, so it doesn't really feel that special when you play as other characters in that game, other than the fact that it's just, you know, different character dialogue basically for stuff that's going on. So right here, we actually get to use Freezy for the first time, which actually reminds me, can I? Yes, I can. I'm actually going to backtrack to Jellyfish Rock here pretty soon. And the reason why is because I want to get that sock out of the way. The one's in the middle of the goo in Jellyfish Rock, I really want to get that one out of the way as soon as possible. Okay. There's actually something else you want to get in the frozen goo here. There's oftentimes at least a sock or a purple shiny object like one over there that you can get whenever you can freeze goo. Not all the time, but most of the time, so always be on the lookout for stuff like that. And like I said, you want to get as many shiny objects as you possibly can. Yes, you'll never get enough to... I mean, you might... I'm not saying you'll never get enough to get, like, at least one golden spatula from Mr. Krabs, but if you want to keep up with those clams, you need to keep as many shiny objects as you get as possible. It's really not worth your time to... well, aside from the one trick I'm going to show you guys later on where you can actually grind for shiny objects efficiently. Okay, Patrick may also... Yeah, you can also... I mean, obviously you can use it to destroy robots. I mean, like, why not? That should be pretty obvious. It's one of the attacks that Patrick has. And also, you can pick up robots, too, using Patrick's belly flop. Patrick's belly flock has a shockwave that will stun any robots that are nearby. You can use that to pick them up and throw them onto other stuff like buttons or duplicatrons, stuff like that. By mastering Patrick's mechanics, we get ourselves a golden spatula.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So we're only 1,000 shiny objects away from the first golden spatula from Mr. Krabs, but, again, I do not plan on spending these particular shiny objects on Mr. Krabs. And right here, this is the part where I'm going to backtrack to Jellyfish Rock to get that sock. Don't worry, you're not gonna sit through this. I'm gonna cut actually all the way back there. So, first off, should be able to. It's gonna be a long walk, but I'm pretty sure I can go all the way back there without any issues. In fact, actually, the easiest thing to do is to, if you're not where I am right now, the best thing to do is to teleport to Patrick's Dilemma, like fast travel there, and then get to the bus stop and switch to Patrick there. But otherwise, for me, I'm just going to backtrack. So I'll meet you guys back in Jellyfish Rock.
Wow, Jellyfish Rock. I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes this week.
So just to reiterate, there is no bus stop in Jellyfish Rock. So you have to switch to Patrick in another area of Jellyfish Fields and backtrack back to Jellyfish Rock in order to get this sock right here, which is pretty unfortunate. Not only that, but also you cannot take other playable characters besides SpongeBob to the hub world. So, I mean, it'd be pretty fun if you could. I'm sure people have hacked the game and made it so that you can, and then you just end up with, like, 2 Patricks if that is the case. But still, it'd be pretty fun if you could. And now it's time for me to backtrack back to the end of the Jellyfish Caves. Actually, I didn't think this through quite well. Not only that, but also there was a fence right behind me when I said I was going to backtrack, so I had to fast travel back to Patrick's Dilemma anyways. And so, back where we were, we have officially reached the ends of Jellyfish Caves, and moreover, we have now reached Spork Mountain, which is location of the King Jellyfish, and thus the Jellyfish Jelly that we need to, or the King Jellyfish Jelly that we need to heal.
Ahoy there! Squidward tells me you're looking for the King Jellyfish.
Yes?
Good thing, too. That monster has been stinging all my good customers in their poop decks. I hear that you can find him up top of Old Spork Mountain here. Go hook that beast, sailor!
Oh boy, Mr. Krabs. I'll see what I can do.
Now this area is called Jellyfish Lake, even though you actually do scale Spork Mountain for the vast majority of this area. The thing is, the top of Spork Mountain is actually technically a separate area. There's actually another load screen to get to the top of Spork Mountain, so that's why this area is not called Spork Mountain, it's called Jellyfish Lake. But there is something to do on Jellyfish Lake. There's also another robot, too. And of course, the Patrick one appears to suffer the most, so that's what gets Patrick going. So yeah, this is our third robot, the Tartar Bot. Well, I like to call it Tartar Bot, but the game simply calls it just Tartar, that's it. So, very, very simple robot. You walk up to and hit it, and it's one of the more long-range attack robots, so you gotta watch out for them. They don't really move as much after they do see you. They just shoot their tartar sauce at you, so they're pretty easy to hit because of that. We've got more Thunder Tikis here. There's a lot of jellyfish here too, like a lot of them too. And fortunately for these jellyfish, we just put them out of their misery. We don't catch them and hold them forever, you know, taking them away from their habitat. No, we just flat out kill them in this game instead of catching them. So that's good for them. Hey, Miss Puff.
Hello, Mrs. Puff.
Hello, Patrick. I've got a job for you to do.
Oh boy.
I found a golden spatula, but those robots out on the island stole it and threw it into the lake. If you can figure out how to get it back, you're welcome to it.
Sure enough, Mrs. Puff.
Alright, so we got a task here on Jellyfish Lake. The game reminds you right here that you can stun robots, and that's very, very important. This is probably the first mission I actually struggled on growing up. I just couldn't figure it out. It's very simple, though. All you have to do is just pick up robots and throw them onto these giant drinking fountains. Like, look, they're just giant drinking fountains for whatever reason. which is kind of interesting, but oh well. You just gotta destroy them, and that's all you gotta do. I think there's like a, there's 5 of them. Yeah, 5 of them. You can't destroy the giant ones. In fact, actually, the funny thing is, there's actually a Duplicatotron inside one of the big ones, which is why we're getting robots constantly thrown at us, which is kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure someone's actually clipped inside of that giant fountain and seen the Duplicatotron inside of it, which is pretty interesting. There's a lot of other off-camera or out-of-boundary stuff, like cool out-of-boundary stuff in this game. And there's actually now a boundary video, so definitely go check that out if you can at some point, because there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. But anyways, we did it. We drained the lake a little bit and got ourselves another golden spatula.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So how else would you get a golden spatula end up in the lake? Okay, so we got 8 golden spatulas. There are 8 golden spatulas in each world of the game. And not only that, but also, I was gonna say. There's also different numbers of socks in each world of the game, and Jellyfish Fields actually happens to carry the most socks of any world in the entire game.
Well done, Patrick. You're a real star.
Can I get a cookie?
No.
I love Mrs. Puff's no right there. It's one of the funniest no's in the history of video games. Just no! I love it so much. I might actually have to use that at some point. It's like, for me, it's like another one of those no's that can, I don't know. I don't know if it rivals the no from Hotel Mario, but it's still pretty funny. And at this point, this is where you switch back to SpongeBob, because SpongeBob is going to be finishing up Jellyfish Fields actually from here on out. And we, as you can see here, we got another new type of tikis ahead of us, and also more robots. Well, we're going to go through and defeat them all in the next episode. So, next time Battle for Bikini Bottom, we're going to scale Spork Mountain and get that King Jellyfish Jelly for Squidward. See you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Battle for Bikini Bottom. I'd like to give a special shout out to currently my only patron, JC the Texas Scratcher. If you want your channel featured here or early content, consider supporting me on Patreon. If you like what you see, consider subscribing and clicking the bell to be notified of new episodes. See y'all tomorrow for another video.